You like tap into that frequency and you let it flow through you. And then
that's
in a few hours, you have this thing.
And that's, I'm sure, what Zomboy was thinking when he made Terror Squad.
But on a different note, I wanted to bring up like just that idea of creation. Like if we think of, let's say, quote unquote, God as creation itself, I've always drawn parallels between like making music and like prayer or worship or something along those lines, because I've never felt like I'm the one making music. It just feels like I'm tapping into this thing that's in the ether and I'm just being a channel for this thing to come out, because I don't know where these ideas come from sometimes. And I was actually talking with people at work about like some like the top physicists and mathematicians and stuff like that, how they would just get a hunch and like, you know, when you have that idea mentally and you're like, everything is clicking and I don't know how it's clicking, but I know that this could be a thing. And then you reverse engineer it from there and put the pieces together. Like, to me, that is divinity. That is divine. Like, that is, man, like, I don't even know the words to like express that properly, but I think you guys know what I'm talking about, right? You like tap into that frequency and you let it flow through you. And then in a few hours, you have this thing.
And that's, I'm sure, what Zomboy was thinking when he made Terror Squad.
Shots fired.
Man, like, I mean, to be,
Luke,
what's up?
Tesko, I'm sure it seems like you do. Luke, do you know the full story of that?
I mean, he was tapping into Skrillex, which is God.
Okay, so Zomboy made this song called Terror Squad that came out before this song that Skrillex was making, and it comes to later light after Skrillex releases a song called All Is Fair in Love and Brostep, that Zomboy, after a recent studio visit to LA where he was hanging out with Skrillex and a bunch of other producers and they were playing each other whips, Zomboy inadvertently went home and had this melody in his head that he didn't know where it came from and made this tune called Terror Squad and then released it before Skrillex released his. And fuck, man, it is uncanny how close that shit is, dude. It is fucked up. Like, the drop is the exact same shit. All right, history lesson. We're going to go play both of them back to back because we need to. This is what we do. We dive into the depths of these intricacies.
While you're bringing it up, I want to throw out this thing that you guys have been making me think of right now. In that dope book, The Artist's Way, Chapter 7 begins, and the last time I saw that book sitting on a friend's table, I just randomly opened it, and it opened to the beginning of Chapter 7, and it's like a lot of people who want to be creatives think that the issue is sitting down and thinking something up, like that ego-driven, like it's got to come from me, and I've got to wrangle this thing into place, where the real thing is you just got to show up and get something down. That's why I tell my students, like, look, every melody, every rhythm, every chord progression, all exist. Even if nobody's used them yet, it already exists in the possibility of mathematical music. So, like, stop worrying about if it's, like, the most original thing. Just lay shit down as you think of it. Like, if you realize later on your hit song that, oh, man, like Sam Smith, I Will Stay With You, is the exact melody of I Won't Back Down by Tom Petty. And he ended up realizing that, and they're like, yo, that's our melody. He's like, oh, shit, yeah, well, I made like $10 million. Here's half of that, or whatever it ended up being. But, you know, shit, worst case scenario, you give Tom Petty's estate some money. That's cool.
Yeah, totally.
Keep making music.
Pray to God you are successful enough with that piece of music that the rights owner actually fucking cares.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Conversation I have with a lot of my students about that kind of issue is, I think 99% of people are preemptive on that shit because it's never going to reach enough ears that someone's going to actually come after you. That being said, be careful with your copyrights, kids. Like, don't fuck around with that. But the chances are you're just not gonna make enough of a splash with it for someone to fucking really care and be like, we want 69 cents of your dollar that you made on streaming, you know, like, no. All right, I have this.
I mean, they might, but like, that's a good problem. Power by Kanye West. That song was a real sample of a real band, and Kanye got excited. And I know the dude who made that beat, S1 from Waco, Texas, super dope dude. He made the beat. He knew he sampled it. Showed Kanye. He knew he sampled, but Kanye got excited and put the leaked to the song before they got it cleared.
Ugh.
And
now
those guys took 80%. They legally could have, like dude said, man, it was nice of them to only take 80. They literally could have taken 100% because we didn't do it right. Yeah. But they decided, you know, to give us 20%. And, you know, it's a little stinging every time like I see my check from Power and realize that it could have been 5 times larger. But, you know, that song made his career complete. Like, it was his first big hit. And he since has gone on to work with Jay-Z and Beyonce and Madonna and Gladys Knight and all these other ginormous names because of that moment. It's like, all right, man, just go with it. Yeah. Don't worry so much. Make music.
Definitely.
All right, what's up, Zomboy?
All right, this is the one that Zomboy made. This came out before Skrillex's version, but was made after. I'm gonna skip ahead to the drops because the drop is what you want to listen to.
It's fucking Zomboy.
All right, cool. I get it. Let's not get our podcast pulled. Speaking of copyright. don't want to get muted on Facebook.
You're gonna have to time warp that to be like slightly pitched down or slightly pitched up. Skrillex.
All right, creating more work for the podcast producer. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, you just cut this whole section out, I guess. Fuck.
We'll see. I've done it before.
That's fair. In Love and Brostep. All right. The thing that gets me is like, I understand that first rhythm is like not necessarily the most recognizable. The thing that gets me is even the B section is the exact same. Dun, 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 dun. Like, fuck, man. And the sounds exactly the same. Damn.
Yeah, no, I feel it, man. I've definitely been making songs and like halfway through realized, oh, I'm changing this melody because I'm 100%. It just hit me where I got it from.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had other times where I was like in the studio with a vocalist, you know, in the writing room, and we're like, oh yeah, I got this lyric and this melody. Check it out. I'm like, oh, that's like 100% a so and so song. Like, no, like you forgot that you heard that, but like it's too uncanny. You came up with the same melody, the same cadence, and the same words with like one different word. Like, nah, like I'm pulling it up on my phone right now and playing this for you. Oh shit, you're right. You know,
how do you tastefully work through that when you're in the studio with someone and they come up with an idea that's clearly ripped from someone else?
If it's produced, mud-pie it. If it's lyrics, type that shit into Rhyme Zone and find a whole bunch of other words, or switch up the flow, or just bring something new to the table. It doesn't need to be 100% new. It shouldn't be 5% different, but make it like 40% different. Do something else for the B section. Do something else for, you know, the cadence, the phrasing, or whatever. Like, or just, if it, say it's like a lyric, take it from the artist, but then the next line, like, pay homage to that artist somehow. Work their name in. Make it known that it's a reference to that artist so that your fans go check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't
Yeah, I mean,
hide
rappers
the fact.
do that all the time. Like Dead Prez, one thing about music, when you hit if you feel no pain, that's 100% a Bob Marley line. One thing about music, when it hits you, you feel no pain.
Yeah.
It was like, but that's clear. It's like that was what they were listening to, and then they started writing a rap, and the first of 16 bars is a direct lift from Bob Marley, and then there's 15 completely original bars after that. Situation I'm referencing, I just kind of stood my ground with the artist, and I was like, look, you know, I didn't do it accusatory or in a way where I was like, no, you're stealing. It was like, yo, I don't know if you remember this song, but it seems like you've definitely heard it because it's in the back of your mind. Let me play this shit for you so that you can see how close this really is. And then sometimes shit gets through. Like, do y'all know that Charlie XCX song? I don't want to go to school. I just want to break the rules.
Yes.
Big pop hit. Yeah. I just heard a song on my Spotify Discover Weekly on Friday that the lyrics are eerily, I don't want to feel this way. I just want to be okay. And I'm trying to remember who it was. It was like this brand new EDM track. And it's like literally the exact same cadence, the exact same melody in the same key at the same tempo. And it changed up the ending of each line. I don't want to blah, blah, blah. I just want to blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, yeah, like I couldn't. And it was like, for me as a listener, I was like, I really like this song, but it's fucking with me that they stole everything about this vocal from Charlie. And and you know, then I'm going back through my head, like, did they really steal this? Did they know it? Were they listen? And then that's where we go again. Like, is all consciousness connected? And are we all just downloading shit? And is everything really a remix? Which it seems like it is, because I mean, I like it. What's up, humans? It's Luke, your friendly neighborhood trap Jesus. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We appreciate you. Remember to like and subscribe to our channels. And if you have any questions or topics that we need to cover on the show, put them in the comments. Appreciate you. Peace and peace among worlds.